my goodness, I have goosebumps. Ooh, I did not expect this. It's perfect for you.
Ah, she's like singing out of my soul. Sometimes we get lost in our own little world, but it's all so much bigger than we realize.
Bringing you something very special today from France, La France. Checking out a song by an artist named Romain Axisa, born in France, picked up the guitar at 12 years old, recording his first songs in a broken camper van in his parents' garden. Is a friend and a bandmate, Ren's bandmate from The Big Push. Shout out today goes to Thomas. Thank you for this suggestion, for your suggestion via donation. If you're interested in getting a song in front of me, go check out Buy Me a Coffee, link in the description, to see how you can go about that. Let's check it out together. And make sure you go support this artist. Make sure you go check it out. I'll link the song in the description so you can subscribe to him so we can support these artists around the world. Are you ready? Here we go. Goodbye, good days.
Staring at the floor, I called on my knees to see you at my door. I hope you heard me.
Ooh, oh, I like how he did that. The way he just dropped that note at the very end. The guitar chord progression here is beautiful. Very, to me, I'm getting this a somber feeling, reflective, somber, and a really good hook. Let me rewind and start over. Pay attention to the body language.
Staring at the floor, I called on my knees
That drop, subtle.
to see you at my door. I hope you heard me. All alone in this mad world, will you keep my words? When I'm gone, they're all I've known, everything I've learned.
Oh my goodness, I have goosebumps. People, please go to this artist right now before you keep listening to me and to this song with me. Go to Romain Axisa, link below, and subscribe. This artist should have so many more views and subscribers. I love his style. So I don't know if eclectic I don't know if eclectic is the right word, but it's just so perfect. There's something the way that well, let me not dive into the psychology quite yet. I'm also excited. I love his attire, the aesthetics, the way that he is presented here for this music video. We'll talk about all of that in just a second. The lighting, the black backdrop, his clothing. It's very beautiful and fitting, very aesthetically pleasing and fitting to this song. Let me start over. I absolutely love what he's doing here vocally. The way he's holding his notes so flawlessly, beautiful, clean, but still a gentle timbre to his voice. A lot of vocal control, being able to hold the notes clean and clear, precision. Then the way that there's this subtle note drop at the very end of his phrases to now tap into those high notes with angelic, pristine clarity. Ooh, I did not expect this, my friends. Let's start over. Please subscribe to him. I already have. Pay attention again to the body language. hands, palms to the ground, slowly getting up, dragging. It doesn't look motivated or encouraged or...
Staring at the floor, I called on my knees to see you at my door. I hope you heard me. All alone in this mad world, will you keep my words? When I'm gone, they're all I've known, everything I've learned.
Ooh.
The heart beneath my skin
That was unexpected.
was pure and wild.
I love his voice.
So please forgive my sins. Go through each one. All alone in this mad world.
That yodel. Ooh.
Will you keep my words? When I'm gone, they're all I've known, everything I've learned.
Is that him on the guitar? Oh!
Stepping on the road, though I have left, are the memories I've owned. Goodbye, good days.
Oh, wow. Wow. Très bien. Wow. Wow. Oh, I love exploring music from around the world with you all, my friends. This is one of those moments where I'm like, I am so excited. I discovered this treasure thanks to you, Thomas. Thank you, thank you, thank you for introducing me to this mastermind. My friends, how is it that there are so many artists around this world, beautiful, unique in their own rights, special in their own way, and we don't know them, or they have way less subscribers that I feel they should have, because there's just, that's the beautiful thing about music, is there's so much more to explore. It's this ocean, it's never ending, and it's exciting. For one, because I can keep creating content and explore more, but I get to experience new music. I've never heard this artist or this song before, and I'm experiencing this with you for the first time. Isn't that so exciting? Please subscribe to him. I already have. It's kind of fun when you see the subscribe button bubble up all colorful, so go subscribe and have some fun. This came out in November of 2022, and I am absolutely amazed. Okay. Wow. Oh, His voice. Okay, so the feeling I'm getting and I'm comparing to other artists as a reference, not to compare. I feel like Romain is his own artist, his own musical creator. So please, when I compare, it's not for compare and contrast to look who's better or worse, but as a point of reference. The artists that came to mind, the flair that I'm seeing here, from his attire to the cinematography to his dance moves and the theatrical elements, made me think a little bit of Loic Noté. It made me think of Bon Iver. Just that feeling, the music. It's the type of music that you want to get lost in. You can listen to as you're studying, you're driving, just getting lost in your thoughts, you're pondering heartache and grief and meaningful things. It's not so much, to me, at least this song, I don't know what else he has in his discography. It's not so much this song where, I'm jamming out to and I'm just doing things on the side, distraction. It's more like art you are observing closely and you want to take it apart. From the cinematography here, him with the light on him, his attire, that beautiful blouse. Oh my goodness, that was beautiful. It being partly open in the front. Psychologically, to me, I perceived it as an element of vulnerability, exposing himself, not in a grotesque or sexual way or, for the sake of showing flesh, but in the sense of there being maybe a touch sensual, but more so, perhaps a level of vulnerability when you're ripped open, when you're showing the world your heart or a piece of yourself, your core, right? This is a very vulnerable part of our body. So that exposed in that blouse, the blouse having a very beautiful, what era was that? It makes me think of Beethoven, Mozart, the classical music era. It's very Baroque, the Baroque time, perhaps, that was it even during the Victorian times? Not so much per se. I don't know. I'm trying to pinpoint, but it's just very aesthetically pleasing to the eye, right? This attire, beautifully chosen, a level of that perhaps showcases his musical genius, his love for music, for the art. It's very classy. Then the way his body posture was, I asked you to pay attention to that a couple of times. Comment below, what did it make you think? When I said pay attention to his body language, what did you notice? Please let me know below. What I noticed is the way that his hands were palm down, as often how we perhaps are postured when we are trying to catch ourselves from falling or pushing ourselves back up from the ground, perhaps when we're exercising, stretching, right? But there's this necessity for palms on the hand when we need to stabilize ourselves, right? It's not fists, it's not a finger, right? That would not be make for great support. Open, flat palms on the hands is what we need to push ourselves up or to catch ourselves from falling. So there is this dynamic of being broken on the ground or down to the bare minimum, perhaps. Different ways we could take that. The way he pushed himself up slowly and gradually, it wasn't a motivated jump. It wasn't an excited rise. It wasn't invigorated or full of life or hope. It felt like a tired, wearisome, slowly pushing yourself up, fitting to the lyrics, which we'll talk about in the second. The music video, really well done because it was simple in the sense of production, right? The black backdrop in contrast to his white blouse and the light shining on him. Then the people all covered in black that were lifting him up, which was great and well done because it looked like he was drowning in this blanket, in these pillows. It was almost like he was drowning in the dark, right? The way that people lifting him up covered in black and it not looking like people made it look more so like a black cloud, like the shadows trying to engulf him, perhaps grief or death trying to engulf him. And then in the end, looking at the light becoming brighter. Before that, however, having his hands over his eyes. Often we will do that perhaps to protect ourselves from the sun, right? We are trying to see what's going on above us, but it's too bright to perceive. But it also changes the way that the light reflects on our face, right? It almost is this prison, right? We are seeing through, but it's not direct view. It's still blocked by our fingers, and light is only flickering through the cracks of our fingers. So there is just different ways we could poetically interpret this. When we look at the lyrics, those were also very, very meaningful. Goodbye, old days, okay? Goodbye, good days. Goodbye. Obviously, we all know this word. Goodbye. Good days makes me think of goodbye to what once was. That was good. That was beneficial, right? We reflect on the past and we deem it well. We deem it fondly, or that it was a positive thing. We judge it as good, but we're saying goodbye to it. What does that now mean? That we are welcoming hello to the bad days? Are we now welcoming darkness? Hello, darkness, my old friend. Staring at the floor, I called on my knees to see you at my door. I hope you heard me. I just plea for help, for someone to be there, perhaps all alone in this mad world. Interesting, because well, as he was saying along this time, as he was singing about the mad world, it looked like he was starting to sob. His whole body posture, it looked very broken and open, like someone who was suffering. But then there were a couple of moments, a couple of flickers where it almost looked like he was laughing. You know how when people sob, there's this interesting transition from going from crying to laughing, or where it looks like it could be one or the other. And this would be fitting to the idea of a mad world where you go crazy. Will you keep my words when I am gone? They're all I've known. Everything I've learned, the heart beneath my skin was pure and wild. So please forgive my sins, go through each one's all alone in this mad world. Will you keep my words when I'm gone? Is this a way of perhaps saying, will you remember me? Will you think of the things that I've said? Will you hold on to the things that I've shared with you when I'm gone, when I die perhaps, or when I leave? They're all I've known. The things we say are a reflection of everything we've known. And sometimes, words are overrated because they can't fully convey what we feel. Sometimes they're underrated. We don't understand how meaningful a word can be and what it's trying to carry, the message, to get something from my mind out of my mouth through your ears and to your heart. It will change in meaning by the time it's reached your mind. Unfortunately, we can't fully, completely understand or grasp what another means. We can empathize. We can try to understand, try to feel with, but we will never know exactly what the other person is experiencing. And therein lies that dilemma that we cannot walk through the pain for someone else. We can try to walk with them, but it's still their pain to carry. And so when we speak of words, when we think of words, they communicate something that is so deep and profound to us, but they will be perceived differently by you based on your perceptions and your reality. And that is tricky when you are hurting and you try to cry out, you try to get someone else to understand. The heart beneath my skin was pure and wild, right? That there's a certain level of perhaps innocence, youthful innocence. Please forgive my sins. Go through each one's all alone. In this mad world, will you keep my words when I'm gone? They're all I've known, everything I've learned. Stepping on the road, and all I have left are the memories I've owned. Ooh. Stepping on the road, as in perhaps continuing this journey forward. All I have left are the memories I've owned. So interesting, because when we die, we don't take any worldly possessions. All we do have left are our memories. Goodbye, good days. Very interesting. So poetic, and I am just amazed and mesmerized by his vocal abilities. Such clean and clear way of holding the notes. That's the beautiful thing about various voices and instruments and the various timbres and textures, rhythms and sounds and levels of volume. They are all beautiful in their own way. They're unique, they're different, right? They are beautiful. He is his own artist in his own right, and he is bringing in something that is very clean and pure, those high notes. I mean, I did not expect that. And then in the second verse, I love how the drums came in. It really brought the crescendo. It really brought dynamics musically, but also emotionally. It pulled me in even more. Oh, I love this. What do you think? Comment below. Subscribe to Romain. I hope I'm saying his name right. And subscribe here as well. And I will see you on the next ride. Ayo!